What is one main metric that Donald Trump has made better off since he got in office? Like an example would be GDP, unemployment, inflation, et cetera.
Well, right now, first off, the big beautiful bill was just passed last year and it's kicking in now, right? It's kicking in now. Okay, so we're going to now see results of that, like even the tariffs. All right, so let's do tariffs. Are you for or against tariffs?
So what's the main metric that he made better off?
What?
What's the main metric that he made better off? GDP, unemployment, inflation? Do you have any idea?
Listen.
I don't think you do.
That's bad. That's bad. Wow.
Okay, moving on to this item in Semaphore regarding the Daily Wire. Okay, before we actually even get to the article, which was obviously intentionally placed in Semaphore to attract potential investors, I just want to show you this tweet from Dave Rubin, who the public sort of recently learned might not be smarter than a fifth grader because he went onto that debate show Jubilee. I've done it in the past. Charlie Kirk's done it in the past. Ben Shapiro has done it in the past. You're surrounded by 20 progressive participants and you are debating them on something that you're passionate about. So I debated them on feminism. And I guess Dave Rubin decided he was going to wing it on foreign policy and Trump and economics. And he got positively destroyed. In case you missed this, it was trending for like a week. We hadn't covered it. Particularly, he got destroyed on the topic of Israel and Trump's successes, because my best piece of advice for debating anyone is to not take the obviously immoral and indefensible position in the debate. Like, don't arrive at a debate defending Israel's actions in Gaza. Don't arrive at a debate defending Trump's administration right now, right? And the Iran war. So I'm going to give you an example of his inability to articulate outside of his tribalism of anything that's Israel, yay. He's unable to articulate to this person what Trump has done this time around to warrant any allegiance to him on the basis of his promises that he made to his voters. Take a listen.
What is one main metric that Donald Trump has made better off since he got in office? Like an example would be GDP, unemployment, inflation, et cetera.
Well, right now, first off, the big beautiful bill was just passed last year and it's kicking in now, right? It's kicking in now. Okay, so we're going to now see results of that, like even the tariffs. All right, so let's do tariffs. Are you for or against tariffs?
Against the universal tariff. So what's the main metric that he made better off?
What?
What's the main metric that he made better off? GDP, unemployment, inflation? Do you have any idea?
Listen.
I don't think you do.
That's bad. That's bad. Wow.
Narrator, he did not. He had not one point that he could deliver of what Trump did, but Trump allows Israel to bomb people and schools indiscriminately. Speaking of which, here is another moment where he clearly has no idea what's going on in Gaza, but like he's a Zionist. So let's rah, it's all fine. Take a listen.
Trump made several campaign promises to his voters that he hasn't come through on, and yet we continue to hear you guys bootlick him all the time. And it's very frustrating to me that you're not
the topic is the modern left cares more about ideology.
Yeah, and I disagree with the claim.
Yeah.
I think that the modern right cares more about ideology. I mean, let's look at some of the things that Trump ran on, right? Yeah. He ran on an America First campaign, and then he bombs Venezuela. Then he doesn't end the war in Israel, even though he promised he was going to do that. He starts a conflict.
The war is over. The war's over.
No, it's
what do you mean?
Very much.
There's a ceasefire. There's not one Israeli in Gaza. The hostages are home. There's a reconstruction
that is absolutely not true. That is just fundamentally false.
Wait, you're saying there are hostages in Gaza right now and the war is continuing?
The conflict has continued. Yes, there have continued to be bombs. And moving
on. They're bombing Gaza right now. That's what you're telling me?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not true.
I mean, I know you get your news from Grok, but this is a fact that is continuing to happen.
And then
Wow, why do you even get to go there? Why do you get to go there, dude? Don't.
Fact check him throughout the entire thing, and he has no idea what he's talking about. And this has kind of been a theme. Like, he interviews a lot of people, and it's fine to be an interviewer, but when you are going to kind of insert yourself as an intellectual, you got to do a little bit of reading and a bit of background and not go back on vibes. And even if you go back to Dave Rubin's book, which I read, Don't Burn This Book, I knew he had no idea about foreign policy because there's a chapter where he actually published, I think this was back in 2020 when he published his book, that Ukraine was a member of NATO. I mean, that's so patently false. It's shocking that it even survived a fact check and got published on Stance. So he just has no idea what's going on. And he strikes me as someone who only reads headlines. So my suspicion was all but confirmed when Semaphore dropped an article about the Daily Wire and Dave Rubin just tweets this, just full Zionist tribalism. He tweets, coming soon from Daily Wire, Meghan and Tucker tears to Tumblr. and he shares exclusive Daily Wire is in talks to take on at least $100 million in strategic investment with an eye on an IPO. That's all he read. It's very clear that's all he read. He didn't even click the headline and get brought to the Semaphore website, because if he wasn't winging it, he would have seen this fuller headline. Okay, he just couldn't be bothered. It reads, exclusive Daily Wire under pressure, seeks strategic investors and targets an IPO. So the exact opposite thing is happening. The Daily Wire needs money. And here's what they're trying to do. They're trying to raise $100 million. They have been trying to raise money for a very long time. And I have been saying on this show, I mean, the content of the article sums up what we've all known. The Daily Wire has been in a state of rapid decline, and they're seeking a way out. After the last private equity firm clearly failed to rescue them, they are now turning to High Mount Capital to try to help them raise money at a valuation that is so absurd that they surely know they are not going to meet it, given their distressed financial state. And I gotta say, it brings me absolutely no pleasure to report that an organization that spent 2 years trying to bankrupt my family because I think genocide is always wrong.
So Ben Shapiro spent 2 years trying to bankrupt her company, okay? Now he's the one that's in need of money. So why do you spend so much time trying to get somebody's company to fall when your own company needs help? I mean, he did not know that his company was going to need help, did he? He did not know that. Now you need help to get your company back up. The table turns, bro. He always does. It always does, man.
Doesn't matter who's advocating for it. Doesn't matter if Trump is advocating for it, if it's Jared Kushner, if it's my side, if it's your side, if it's his side. It's wrong. Now they have found themselves in a situation that they attempted to really force upon me for wrongthink. And here are the main takeaways from the article. Finally, they admit that the Pendragon cycle, Jeremy Boring's pet project, is what caused a significant amount of financial duress for the company. Okay, they finally admitted that they spent $50 million on just 7 episodes. That is, just to understand how crazy and insane that is. They spent, actually, by the way, to be clear, I've been saying the whole time, more than $50 million, closer to 60, but at least they're finally admitting that it wasn't $10 million or $7 million as it had been reported in the past. That means they spent more per an episode than HBO spent on the first season of Game of Thrones. I want you to process that. That is mania. That is Jeremy's mania, okay? That is the single greatest contributor to the fall of the company. Jeremy Boring constantly needing to fulfill his childhood fantasies. Now, he tried to scrape back some of that price tag by getting rid of me. I've been telling you guys the story forever. They were under financial pressure. They needed to remove people that they were paying. They weren't going to do Jordan Peterson, so they got rid of me in a rather glorious public firing, which Jeremy was hoping would lead to more subs, taking a moral position, saying she's anti-Semitic. They were hoping that more people would sign up. Christ is King is anti-Semitic, but it actually backfired and it catalyzed their financial woes. That was then followed by Brett Cooper's exit later that same year, also because of Jeremy Boring and his mania. And then they tried to sell, doing this exact same strategy, different private equity firm behind them. At the end of 2024, they were sort of like fake pumping their subscription numbers. What I mean by that is they started giving away their memberships like basically for free. Buy one, get one free. Buy a lifetime subscription for X amount of dollars. Sign up today. Don't pay anything until 2029. You get the idea. The gist of that is it allows a company that's struggling to pretend that they're having a boost in subscription.
So when people subscribe, somebody gets to subscribe to the Daily Wire, whatever it is that they got, what do people get really? What do people get? What do you got to offer? What do you get? What do you have that people really need? And then she'll subscribe to you. Okay, why? Are you Netflix? Are you Amazon? Are you something? What is that? What is that? Okay? And then $50 million. $50 million. You know what you can do with that? That's like a whole lot of money.
Without having to say, but we're not making any profit. Like I could get 10,000 subs if I offered them all for free, right? You can say things like, we had our highest years in subscriptions without saying, because we're giving our subscriptions away.
Yes.
Right? This is an example.
Yeah.
Buy 1 year, get 1 year free. That's for the ability to sell to people that your company is doing well when you're actually struggling. It's like a everything must go sale, right? Then they go, we had the highest day of revenue. Yeah, because you offered everything for $1. Like, I love this stuff because, as many of you know, I used to work in private equity, and that particular firm that I worked at in New York City specialized in distressed debt. So I got really interested in looking at how struggling companies tried to make the numbers look better. Like, we had our best year of subscriptions. And Semaphore actually produced a chart showing the decline of the Daily Wire. It's remarkable. The revenue growth has slowed. They've admitted that they had no subscriber growth this past year. Their advertising, go back to the advertising on the right-hand side, seeing how that has dropped. I love that it's all happening the year when I left. And you can see their subscriptions as well. A complete collapse has happened.
Damn.
So why is this happening?
Damn, look at that, dude. That's crazy, though.
Well, because they're unnecessarily awful to everyone.
Yes.
I've never seen a person less capable of making friends, or at least not making enemies. You don't need to be friends with everybody. But than Ben Shapiro. It's a bizarre talent he has. He thinks that people disagreeing with him is a declaration of war. Okay, this is how the company is run from top to bottom. They hate you if you don't agree with them. And even their editor-in-chief, I can't think of the guy's name, he spends his time just throwing insults on Twitter aimed at 19-year-olds, calling them Hitler and anti-Semites. If they discuss something like the USS Liberty, they do that. Okay, that's not a company, that's a cult, and a cult cannot survive.
Yes.
So what is their next push? Well, they're pushing out these articles. We had 48 million in adjusted EBITDA. Adjusted. Oh, well, how did you adjust that EBITDA? That means we calculated the EBITDA and then we added some stuff back to the number because we don't count this money that went out the door. I mean, you could adjust EBITDA until the cows go home, until we can see your books. They're in a very precarious situation. That is a reality. And like I said, this is what happens when you just can't accept that some people disagree with you. And so what they mentioned in this article is their next thing as they're going out to companies is that they think that they can successfully IPO it. And that is a last ditch effort to turn to people at home and go, hey, the Daily Wire is going to go to the stock market. Don't you could own a piece of the Daily Wire. And when that happens in that situation, it's like a Trump meme coin. It's worthless. But of course, the people at the top get fat and rich, relying on people that have less money to put their money into the markets. And so it's going to be you. The same people that they have basically shaped this company to now refer to as anti-Semites, as literally Hitler, as idiots. I mean, watching Ben's show, for those of you who do it, how much content can I see clips going out on X of him talking about Tucker Carlson and me? Is it really riveting to learn that Candace Owens is going to Russia with her family? To say that, Tucker Carlson and Megyn Kelly are this, that, like, what? Now he's like, you guys pick up the tab. We failed. We won't say sorry. We've been dissing you guys at home for being moral and having a position and saying Christ is king. But now we're going to trick you into getting behind us in an IPO.
I feel like him doing that, okay? It's a strategy. It's a way for him to get more, to get some clicks, especially now. Now is the best time for him to do that, okay? Attacking people like Candace, Tucker, Megyn, attacking those people is a way for Ben to get, to get somewhere, all right? Because organically, he's not there anymore, okay? The fans already gave up on him. A lot of people unsubscribed. A lot of people did not unsubscribe, but they are not watching the videos, okay? They're not watching the videos. They don't just unsubscribe. They don't watch the videos. You know what I'm saying? Now talk about the stocks, okay? I mean, honestly, the stocks is a good idea. It's a great idea. But if you're going into that because you want to scam people, because you want to make extra money, just like Candace mentioned earlier, the stocks is like, okay, the people at the top, they make fat money. And the people at the bottom are losing money. Most of them losing money, okay? Losing money. They don't really gain money. They lose money. So really it's like, okay, now we are failing on this YouTube or on this media stuff. We need to get into stock market. Okay, again, it's a great idea, but if you're getting into that because you want to tank and take money from the people, that is diabolical. Okay, what else do you expect from Ben? You've seen what he can do, what he's been doing. Now imagine what he can do when you get your money in the Daily Wire stuff. Okay, that thing is gonna tank. Maybe not. I'm just saying. Okay, read the patterns. Pattern recognition. Okay, you're gonna read that. It's history. You gotta look at history, the things that he does and the things that he does not do. I'm gonna catch you guys next time. Thank you for Candace. Thank you for this video. Thank you everybody watching. Be back again. Ben Shapiro is not gonna survive this, or maybe he will. Let's see. Future, not history. The future is gonna tell us. What do you guys think about this, man? You can comment below, like, dislike, whatever. I'm gonna be back there on some more videos. Ben Shapiro, here we go.
The devil said gotta just roll. The devil said gotta just roll. For what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? You can have the money, cars and girls, and that will keep my soul.